Most people think power comes from money, status, or luck. But real power is built quietly, through what you do every single day. In this video, you'll learn the daily laws that separate the controlled from the unstoppable. Your power doesn't come from what you know. It comes from what you do with it every single day. But real power is built quietly, through what you do every single day. Every day, we face 1,000 little choices. What to focus on, how to respond, who to trust, when to act. Most of the time, we move through life on autopilot, reacting instead of choosing. But what if you could live each day with more clarity, power, and purpose? That's the question behind Robert Greene's The Daily Laws, a book designed to help you master yourself, your relationships, and your life, one day at a time. Robert Greene, the author of the 48 Laws of Power, The Laws of Human Nature, and other bestsellers, brings together decades of wisdom into 366 short lessons, one for every day of the year. Each law, each reflection, is like a mental tool, helping you understand how people work, how influence operates, and most importantly, how to master your own mind. In this summary, we'll explore the key ideas from the daily laws, the timeless principles that can help you grow stronger, wiser, and more intentional in everything you do. Greene's message starts simple. Mastery is built one day at a time. You don't transform your life through one big breakthrough. You do it through daily practice. Every habit, every choice, every thought is a building block. He says, the human brain was designed to learn through repetition. The more consistent you are, the stronger you become. This is why the Daily Laws is structured like a calendar, so that wisdom becomes part of your rhythm. It's not about reading and moving on. It's about living the lessons, one day at a time. Whether you're working on your craft, your career, or your relationships, Greene reminds us that consistency beats intensity. It's the person who quietly shows up every day, refining, learning, improving, who ultimately becomes powerful. Before you can influence the world, you must understand yourself. Greene calls this the foundation of mastery. He urges us to study our own nature, our drives, weaknesses, patterns, and emotional triggers. Why? Because self-ignorance is the root of most failure. We repeat bad habits because we don't see them. We misread people because we project our emotions onto them. We stay stuck because we don't understand our own purpose. In one of his daily reflections, Greene writes, "You were born with a unique set of inclinations. Your task is not to suppress them, but to understand and direct them." He invites us to pay attention to what excites us, the kind of work that energizes us rather than drains us. That's where your natural power lies. When you know who you are, your values, your strengths, your limits, you become harder to manipulate and easier to trust. Self-awareness, Greene says, is the first step to real freedom. Many of Greene's most famous ideas come from the 48 Laws of Power, and they reappear here as daily reminders. He doesn't glorify manipulation. He explains how power really works in human relationships. For instance, Law 1, never outshine the master, respect hierarchy and egos. Law 3, conceal your intentions. Don't reveal your plans too soon. Law 6, court attention at all costs. Invisibility is death in a competitive world. Law 15, crush your enemy totally, leaving no chance for revenge. Now, these ideas can sound ruthless, but Greene isn't saying be cruel. He's saying be aware. Power is neutral. It's neither good nor bad. What matters is how you use it. He wants you to see how ambition, fear, envy, and pride shape human behavior. Because when you understand the game of power, you stop being a pawn and start playing with intention. Next, Greene dives into one of his deepest subjects, human nature. He argues that the biggest mistakes we make come from misunderstanding people. We assume others think like us. We expect rationality where emotion rules. We take things personally when they're really just patterns of behavior. Greene's advice? Study people as you would study nature, objectively. Ask questions like, what drives this person? What are they afraid of losing? What do they crave to be seen as? You'll start to see predictable patterns: pride, insecurity, envy, status seeking, playing out everywhere. And once you see them, you can respond strategically instead of emotionally. He writes, if you can learn to detach from your emotions and see people as they are, you gain immense social power. This doesn't mean being cold. It means being clear-eyed, seeing both the darkness and light in human nature, and knowing how to navigate it wisely. Another key theme is mastery, the idea that true power comes not from position or money, but from skill. Green argues that we live in an impatient age. We want shortcuts to success, but mastery doesn't come from hacks or luck. It comes from deep, deliberate practice, thousands of hours of focus and refinement. He says you must fall in love with the process of learning. The pain of discipline will eventually become the pleasure of progress. Green encourages us to treat our careers and callings as apprenticeships, to learn from mentors, embrace challenges, and resist the temptation to quit too soon. He reminds us that genius is not born, it's built, and the person who persists when others give up will always outlast raw talent. Power and success mean nothing if you're ruled by emotion. Green warns that emotional reactions are your biggest enemy. Anger, fear, envy, and impatience can destroy years of hard work in a single moment. He writes, the most powerful person is the one who can control themselves. Instead of reacting, observe. When someone provokes you, see it as a test, an opportunity to practice composure. He suggests developing an inner stillness, the ability to think clearly under pressure. You can't control other people, but you can always control your response. And that calmness, that self-command, is what separates the masters from the amateurs. Green also explores the subtle art of influence. He reminds us that persuasion isn't about force, it's about emotion, timing, and attention. People rarely change their minds through logic alone. They change when they feel understood. To influence others, Green suggests learning to enter their world, to see things from their perspective, to appeal to their desires, not just your own. The key to persuasion, he says, is empathy disguised as strategy. Charm, confidence, and authenticity are tools, not tricks. When used sincerely, they build trust and open doors. Green encouraged readers to become students of human motivation, to speak to people's hopes, not their defenses. Because when you learn how others think and feel, you gain the power to connect, not manipulate. One of the recurring lessons in the Daily Laws is how to deal with hardship. Green says adversity isn't something to avoid. It's the forge that shapes your strength. He writes, the pain you feel today is the training ground for the power you will have tomorrow. When things fall apart, when plans fail, or when people betray you, those moments reveal your character. Most people shrink. The wise person adapts. Instead of asking, why me? Ask, what can I learn from this? Every challenge becomes a lesson in resilience, patience, and focus. Over time, that mindset transforms fear into fuel and setbacks into strategy. While Green is known for strategy, he also explores the inner dimension of mastery, the spiritual side. He argues that true power is not domination, it's harmony. It's aligning your actions with your deeper purpose. When your ambition serves something larger than ego, a craft, a mission, a contribution, you become unstoppable. Green writes, when you are connected to your purpose, fear dissolves. You no longer chase power, power flows through you. This is where the Daily Laws come full circle. They're not about control over others, they're about control over yourself. Each day's reflection is a small reminder. Stay focused. Stay calm. Stay true to your path. So, what is the ultimate message of the Daily Laws? That life is a long game, and you win it by mastering yourself. Green wants you to see life as a kind of training ground. Every day, you're shaping your character through awareness, discipline, and courage. He reminds us, every emotion is a chance to practice control. Every setback is a lesson in resilience. Every relationship is a mirror that teaches us who we are. And every single day is an opportunity to move a little closer to mastery. Because greatness doesn't happen by accident. It happens by law. Robert Greene's daily laws aren't just rules for power. They're reminders of what's possible when you live each day with intention, awareness, and respect for the timeless truths that shape human life. As Greene himself might say, your power doesn't come from what you know. It comes from what you do with it every single day. If this video hits home, don't forget to subscribe and give it a thumbs up.